Hi guys! In today's video, I'm going to be testing out some popular edible slime recipes and I really hope that you enjoy this video. For method 1, we're going to need some Starbursts and I decided to use all of the red ones just so it had a matching colour, and I popped it in the microwave for 15 seconds before getting some icing sugar. And you want to add this really gradually because you do not want this to have a dough texture, you really want it to be a slime. And I did add this when it was hot, but before going in and touching it with your hands, you need to leave it for at least an hour to cool down because sugar can stick to your hands and really burn you. So I do recommend getting a parent to help you out with this. And when it's cooled down like this, it may be a bit hard, so you may want to add some oil or some water just to loosen the mixture up, but you just want to keep adding some icing sugar until it isn't sticky anymore and it makes a really nice stretchy slime. The next recipe isn't the best tasting one, but it's so cool to play with and it definitely is edible. So we're going to need some corn flour or cornstarch if you live in America, and I like to add some food colouring in this just so it's completely edible. If you don't want to eat it, then you can go ahead and add some paint, and all you want to do is pour half a bowl of water over this, and bear in mind I'm making a giant one. This is literally going to be 3 litres worth of this slime, and you want to stir it all in. And the first batch of cornstarch is normally quite easy to stir in because it just dissolves, but the more cornstarch you add, the more thick the mixture will become, and it will become a lot harder. So what I recommend doing is just pushing the cornstarch under, and then at a later stage just going in with your hands and breaking up all the lumps. But you just want to keep getting the cornstarch under and trying to stir it in. After adding in the second batch, I do recommend just taking it a bit slower because otherwise the mixture can get really thick like this because I added a bit too much cornstarch and I needed to go in and start over and add some more water, and I needed to go in and break it up with my hand, which became quite messy, but again this just helps the texture get a bit better, and you just want to keep adding cornstarch again until it becomes thick. And as you can see there, it was a bit too thin, so I added a tiny bit more, and as you can see it's made all of the difference. The tiniest bit makes it super thick, so don't rush this method and you're going to be left with a really cool slime. And I don't really recommend eating lots of this. Normally it's used to like thicken up gravy, but you can have like a teaspoon worth. I just wouldn't recommend having the whole bowl. Last but not least, we have a slime that really surprised me and was so stretchy even when it cooled down. And this is made out of Haribo gummy bears, and I just added a whole pack of this, and this really didn't take a long time to melt. I think it was about 10 to 15 seconds in the microwave on top heat. The mixture was so sticky, so I went ahead and added a whole tablespoon of icing sugar to start off with. And the mixture kind of looked like caramel. It was so sticky and it was just such a nice texture, and it wasn't an ugly colour either, which I was really surprised with because all of the colours were mixed together. So I just kept adding my icing sugar really gradually, and eventually it was losing its stick a bit. I was really worried that when I started playing with it, it would become like a dough, so I started adding it gradually with my hands and playing with it, and it became such a nice texture and was so stretchy. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next week.